Hi folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to commentate on a game of X-Wing that Vinny and I recently played. As you can see, I am playing as the Imperial Fleet, Countdown, and the TIE Striker, lightweight frame. We've got Captain Yor Lambda-class shuttle with sensor jammer. Last but not least, a new ship for me, Kylo Ren and the Upsilon-class shuttle. Push the limit tactician, sensor jammer, rebel captive, pattern analyzer, and Kylo Ren shuttle. Was really anxious to try this out. 4 attack dice, I couldn't wait. And the condition on top of that. Vinny was playing as the Scum faction, IG-88B aggressor, hot shot blaster, mangler cannon, and IG-2000. And the other ship, he's got Bosk and the V666. A lot of upgrade cards. Mangler, Marksmanship, K4, Security Droid, Mercenary Co-Pilot, Hotshot Blaster, IG-88D, which allows him to use the IG ability. He basically can... And the Houndstooth. But yeah, the IG-88D crew card, you can just use that as a crew. And like the IGG title... or the IG title rather, you have that on your ship. You can swap, your abilities, which is really cool. So Houndstooth can use IG's ability, and IG can use the Houndstooth ability. At least that's what I read into it anyway. So that's really cool. I like that. So here we go with our asteroid placement. We've been doing this lately on camera just because some people did request it, Some people, do consider asteroid placement to be, one of the strategic parts of X-Wing, and I totally agree with that. So, because I was flying some really big ships here, and I saw that he was too. These asteroids are going to be a pain in the butt to get around. And since they're all sort of centered there like that, trying to fly through all that is going to be rather difficult, I think. Now, since I had the lower pilot skill, I had to place my ships first. Yor's a 4, I think. Countdown is a 5, and Ren is a 6. We rolled for initiative earlier, I think, and he won the initiative roll. Houndstooth is a 6, and I think they're both 6s. No, IGB is a 6, I believe. And then Houndstooth might be a 7? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's either a 6 or 7. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so my maneuver with Captain Yor was just a 0. So I just took my stress and that was it. Wanted to see what he was doing before moving. And then I moved my TIE Striker up to block my Upsilon. That would sort of stop me from taking an action, but I was counting on him not being able to get close enough to do anything anyway. I wanted to see where he was going. So I was purposely trying to hold back as long as I could, blocking my own ships, using 0 maneuvers, that kind of thing. And also sort of force him through the asteroids first, which he seems intent on doing. He's going to have less room to maneuver. But luckily, Houndstooth here has a 180 firing arc for the primary weapon, which is nice. So it has a little bit more room to shoot, too. Now, I don't remember what all the upgrade cards are or what they did. But I'll do my best to explain them. I do have videos out there on my YouTube channel for each of these ships. So if you're curious about any particular one, just go check out those videos, and I probably explain it in those ship videos. Okay, so here we go. Lambda's going 1 straight just to clear that stress, and probably going to take a focus. Yeah. Alright, 2 straight with the TIE Striker. One slight turn. Okay, Houndstooth. Yeah, my 6 and yeah, his 6 his IG is a 6 and my Kylo Ren is a 6, and with his initiative he gets to move first and shoot first. So now my Kylo Ren moves, and unfortunately I bump, which I didn't mean to do. I keep those large bases are a pain in the butt. Let me tell you. I thought I was far enough ahead of the TIE Striker where I wouldn't hit, but because taking an action here would have been really nice, considering that we're in range to attack, and I've got push the limit on top of it, so I could have pushed the limit. Oh, I do have a card. I don't remember if it's Operation Special. It's a card that lets me, not an Operation Specialist. It's a card that lets me basically switch the perform an action and check for stress. So I can perform a red maneuver and still take an action, which is really nice. All right, so he's using Mangler Cannon and Mercenary Co-Pilot because he's at range 3. So he's trying to mess up my one of my ships. That's for sure. I think it's he's going after Kylo Ren here. All right, so I went ahead and used my jammer to turn a hit into a focus, and I think he's using a focus. No, he has marksmanship, so it turns it all back. The defender modifies dice first, and then the attacker modifies dice. I rolled a focus, so I took 3 hits, I believe. Now, with Bosk's ability, he can change a crit, which he has, into 2 hits. So I end up taking 4 damage there, as opposed to 3. Which wasn't bad. And now his IG gets to go. Again, he has initiative. Now, my condition card comes out. The first one to attack me gets that condition card. I will show you the dark side or something like that. And basically, I get to look through the damage deck for, I think it's a pilot card. And then I put that pilot card on top of the condition card. And then the next time he suffers a critical hit, I get to deal that to him face up. And I believe it ignores shields as well. I'm going to have to check on that. Because it doesn't say, it just says to give him the card. It doesn't say, to apply that as damage. Because there are some effects, like there's is it proton bombs or something? There's a bomb out there that just basically ignores shields and deals a critical card face up to the defender. So it's sort of like that. I'm going to have to check on that, but I'm pretty sure that shields are ignored with that particular condition card. But again, these are new ships to me. I just got them, so. Alright, so he's using IG here to do what? Attack, I think. Alright, so I get extra defense dice. Yeah, countdown. Basically, my lightweight frame, if the attacker is more attack dice, I get to increase my agility by 1. So I have 3 defense dice instead of 2. He's using his ability, which allows him, if he doesn't hit on the first try, he gets to do that again. And because Bosk has that IG crew member, he can use that as well. So again, Houndstooth and IG can share their abilities, which is really nasty. So I want to get one of them off the board as quickly as possible here. Alright, 4 hits with Kylo Ren on Houndstooth. It was a great roll considering I didn't have any actions whatsoever. Alright, now the TIE Striker gets to go 3 attack dice. And I've got 2 hits. No damage. He rolled 2 evade. And now Lambda has to shoot at that. 3 attack dice. He gets 5 defense dice. 1 for range 3. Oh, it's 4 defense dice. My bad. Yeah, we're good. So no damage done there either. So all in all, not a bad round. I mean, my Kylo Ren did take some hits. Houndstooth also took some nasty hits, so exchanged some fire there. The big guns really did all the work. Now this is going to be tough. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of damage in our initial salvo here, but at the same time, like, I have 2 shuttles. Trying to turn these things around to get everyone an arc is going to be difficult. I mean, the Upsilon is a little bit more maneuverable, I think, than the Lambda. Because the Lambda is just a brick. I mean, it's just, It's very hard to turn around, especially through those asteroids. So basically, my plan here was just to try and block wherever I could with the TIE Striker, hoping that, you know, he would run into me and waste an action. Okay, so he bumps me here and cannot take an action. Bumps my Lambda. Alright, and that moves up, and I barely clear the TIE Striker. Alright, so I did a push the limit, I think? Yeah. There might be a stress token on the other side. Oh no, I assigned the stress token to Captain Yor. Captain Yor can soak up stress from friendlies at range 1 to 2. Alright, so he's moving to the left. But again, he's got a 180 firing arc, and his primary weapon is still honed in on Kylo Ren there. But it is shooting through an asteroid barely. Alright, he took a focus. Alright, so Houndstooth shoots first. Range 1, I believe, and that would be 4 attack dice. Through an asteroid, I get 2 defense dice. Now, I have Rebel Captive, so he shoots me, he gets a stress. My build was all about assigning stress. I had Rebel Captive, I had Kylo Ren's title shuttle, I believe, which any unstressed ship... You could pick an unfriendly ship, pick a ship at range 1 to 2, and your opponent has to assign a stress token to it. So basically, I can try and keep any one of his 2 ships stressed if I can with that. Alright, I use Sensor Jammer to stop him from hitting me. He's going to use, he's going to attack the shuttle now with his Mangler. He can, yeah, basically attack again with a secondary weapon. Again, that's IG's ability. So 2 hits, 1 evade, so I take 1 damage, or 1 shield, I should say, on the Lambda. Yeah, I think IGB's ability is you attack with a primary weapon. If you don't hit, you can attack again with a secondary weapon. So he couldn't attack my Kylo again, but he could attack my Lambda, because the secondary weapon is still, you have to observe the primary firing arc. The 180 is the primary only, unless you have a special pilot. Alright, so 1 hit on Kylo Ren with the IG. The IG fired, hit Kylo Ren for 1 shield from the looks of it. I'm attacking back with 5 attack dice. 4 normally, 1 extra for range 1. Alright, and I take my target lock, re-roll the blank. I think that's it. Focus. Use my focus token. It's 5 hits. That's what I want to see. 5 damage. He rolled a blank. Alright, so he's got 3 damage cards now. Close to death. TIE Striker does have a bead on his rear base. So I get 4 attack dice. 3 hits, I think it is. And now his pup is going to come out. Now he has his title, which allows him to basically, whenever the Houndstooth is destroyed, he can deploy that Z95 there. And it takes on the skill, I think, and the ability of the owner, I believe. So he's going to do a 3K turn heal. It cannot attack when it first launches like this. Alright, so Houndstooth is off the board already as the result of a concentrated strike. And that was really my goal. Houndstooth had more upgrade cards, and it had the lower agility of the 2 large ships. I know that the IG would be hard to hit with 3 defense dice like that. Alright, so no damage. My Lambda was shooting at the Z95. I don't think I actually did any damage to it. Alright, now here's a conundrum. I mean, my shuttles, his IG is much more maneuverable than my shuttles. So getting an arc is going to be tough. But we'll see what happens here. Alright, so here's my Kylo Ren shuttle ability. Any enemy ships at... Well, I pick a ship at range 1 or 2, and a stress token gets assigned to it. At least that's how I think the card works. There's some verbiage about my opponent choosing a ship at range 1 to 2 that isn't stressed, but the only one that isn't stressed is is the IG, so it has to go on him. Otherwise, if the Z95 wasn't stressed, if both of those ships weren't stressed, then he'd choose one of them to be stressed. But there's only one choice in this matter. So that sort of limits his options, which is nice. Really prevented him from using like Segner's loops and different things, like whatever K-turns or Segner's loops he has to turn around. So I'm making him turn the long way, just like I would. So I'm trying to limit his maneuverability that way with these stress tokens. Alright, so what's going on now? Alright. My Lambda, I think, went one straight and bumped to clear my stress. And the Striker moved up to try and block the Z95. Taken, what am I doing here? Deciding what action I want to take. I didn't know if I wanted a barrel roll and then one hard turn the next move to set myself up there, or just try and block him. I wasn't exactly sure where my Kylo Ren ship... Okay, I took an evade there, just in case he somehow got a shot on me. So he did a 2 slight turn that clears the stress. No shot, though. He does have Hotshot Blaster, and that can be used outside of arc. He's going to boost. Alright, and I barely make it without bumping. I think, or did I bump? I don't think. I think I might have bumped, because I don't see an action there. All right, now as Z95 goes, he's gonna bump into my Z95. But now the Z95 is able to attack Kylo Ren at range 1, and likewise, I've got a firing arc on him as well, barely on his corner. So it's gonna, again, we're gonna be doing some really nasty close range combat. I wish I had my actions. Alright, since he's attacking me, Rebel Captive kicks in. 3 attack dice, 3 hits. Alright, so I use my sensor jammer. And it's 2 hits. And 1 hit. I think, yeah, I got one of it. I took a lot of damage. Alright, well, I guess I'm shooting back now. I didn't think I took that much damage. Oh, I think he used Bosk's ability to turn a crit into a hit and gave me 2 damage as opposed to 1. Okay. Hotshot Blaster attacking Kylo Ren at range 2. 1 hit and a 1 hit 2 focus. I used my sensor jammer and turned a hit into a focus. It was 3 focus. Unfortunately, Hotshot Blast was just wasted there, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm attacking back now. Range 1, Z95, give me something good. 2 hits and a crit. So it's 2 shields gone and a crit taken. So hopefully it's a direct hit. I don't think it is. I think that one was reduce his pilot skill to 0. I think. Did I show the camera? Yeah, damage cockpit. So now he has a pilot skill of 0 instead of 7, which lets me shoot first, which is nice. Also allows him to move first. Alright. Yeah, the Lambda didn't do nothing. Alright, I decide to use the title, and yep, the only ship that isn't stressed at range 2, 1 to 2, is the IG. So I stressed that. And again, I think my opponent physically has to do it, but it's the only option if I'm reading the card right. Again, these are new ships to me, so feel free to correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. Okay, and it's worth mentioning that we play for fun and we fly casually, so I'm not too worried about missing stuff. We just like playing with the new ships and blasting each other to smithereens, as it should be. As it should be. Alright, so he's moving out of there. Focus. Moving 0. Took a stress. Probably could have turned here, but I didn't know which way he was going to move with the Z95. So I'm turning that way. Took an evade. And I turn into the Z95 and unfortunately bump. Okay, so the only one that has a shot here is the IG and the Lambda. So the IG goes first. Through an asteroid. I think he's going after the TIE Striker, though. Trying to knock him out. Now, Countdown's ability is really nice. If I take more than... Basically, I can cancel all dice results after it's all said and done. And then take a stress and 1 damage. So it's like, you know, if I take a bunch of hits... but I can't be stressed during that. Now, he did not hit me here. I rolled enough to dodge him. Now, he's using his special ability. I got all evades again. So basically, he does primary. If it doesn't hit, then he does Mangler as a follow-up, is what he does. But yeah, my special ability is really nice. I can undo all of the hits that I take and then take a stress and 1 damage. And again, I opt for the stress via the title. I'm surprised he didn't go after Kylo Ren here. I'm really surprised. As opposed to, I mean, the TIE Striker had an evade token, which I forgot. Oh, there we go. Alright, so he's turning into the Lambda, which probably means I'm going to bump, because I'm trying to clear stress. Yeah. Which is bad for me, because I can't turn around with a damn. So that Lambda now has to spend 3 or 4 moves just getting around to the opposite way. Okay, so here's a focus I think I took. And he's turning, which is good for me. But he's going to take a boost action and get out of the firing arc of the TIE Striker, which is good for him. So does anyone do anything? I did a 0 maneuver, I think, with Kylo Ren and passed the stress off to Captain Yor. I took a target lock, though. And that'll stay with him, which is nice. Because, I mean, I might not be able to attack this round, but I'm hoping to in a future round. Gave him the stress. Still at range 2. Alright, so back to the dials again. That's the problem with these shuttles. I just trying to get them into arc is a pain in the butt. Alright. Now, Vinny's list is pretty interesting here. He went very heavy into Houndstooth and lost him early. I think had Houndstooth survived longer, I think he would have won this. But he only had 1 agility, so I wanted to blow him up as quickly as possible. my list was definitely attack oriented. Kylo Ren had 4 attack dice, TIE Striker had 3, Lambda had 3. So my goal was just to blow something up as quickly as possible on the first pass and hope that I could turn around and get the rest and prevent someone from getting behind me and blowing me up. Luckily, like I said, the Upsilon class shuttle is much more maneuverable. Alright, so here I am moving forward, clearing stress. The green maneuver. I'm telling him to clean up his side of the board a little bit. There we go. One hard turn. Taking focus. Alright, now I do a one hard turn. I don't clear my lambda. But I do end up... I missed the asteroid barely. And that one hard turn was a red maneuver, but I passed the stress off to your. I do have attack on the IG. 2 hits, 2 evade. Okay, so no damage. Okay, yep, just trying to jockey for position here. Looks like the lambda and the IG may exchange blows. If I can get the striker into position, that'd be ideal too. But the IG has the boost action, so it can circle me a little bit more efficiently than my striker could, I think. We'll see. Alright, so again, his pilot skill is now 0. So his Z95 goes first. Now your. Alright, more than likely we'll be exchanging fire here with the lambda. Yep, target lock probably. Range 3 at the moment, until he moves, whatever that happens to be. And then the TIE Striker is going to do a 2K turn here. I don't think I'd manage to get around the asteroid and get a hit on him, so I just decided to try and get him into arc via a K turn. Wouldn't have any actions, but I still could probably shoot at him. Oh, it's through an asteroid, though. He took a focus. And here's my one hard turn. Again, probably passing that stress off. Yeah, range 2. Passing that off to yours so I could take target lock, push the limit, and focus. I want to make sure I'm knocking that Z95 out while I can. No, actually, I passed the one hard turn stress off to Captain Yor, and then I kept the stress from the push the limit. So there was actually two stresses there. Now, I could have passed that stress off as well, but I didn't want to bog down the shuttle too much. Alright, so he's taking a focus, I believe. That's 3 hits. Shuttle's down to 1 shield. Alright. Can I take him out? Alright, so 3 hits. Yes, he's dead. He only has 2 agility, so 1 is bound to get through, and that would do it. So his Z95 is now off the board. And now the shuttle's rolling. Takes 2 damage? Yeah. Such deliberation. Trying to figure out a way to get my shuttle turned around. Yeah, I was using the wrong dials. I kept switching them. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I knew that the Upsilon was way more maneuverable. So I looked at the dials again. Alright, so there we go. Now I have to go first. Bumped into him. Cleared my stress, though, which was nice. That's all I really wanted to do. Cleared that stress as well. Took a focus. And he's moving past me here. Takes a focus. Trying to get behind Kylo Ren and stay there. I did a 3, or 2, yeah, 2, which is a green maneuver. 2 slight turn. Bank. Took a focus. Mainly for defense. He's shooting. He'd have to shoot through an asteroid, assuming he could. But it doesn't look like he's in range. No. His firing arc doesn't allow it. All right, TIE Striker versus the IG. No damage. Yeah, him shooting through an asteroid. Not gonna happen. Not at that range. That's 5 defense dice. 3 normally, 1 for range 3, and 1 for the asteroid. Okay, yeah, his IG is going to be a problem. Especially with the shuttles the way they are. My only hope, my TIE Striker is the one that's the most maneuverable, but only has 3 attack dice. So, well, I want to say only, but he has 3 defense dice, so I'd have to get in close to really do any damage. Alright, here comes Captain Yor. Doing a 2 hard turn. That's a red maneuver. So I will be stressed from that. Trying to turn around here. Now my guess was that he was going to do a 3 bank here and then boost. Which is why I did what I did with my TIE Striker there. But I don't know. May not have been the smartest move. We'll see. Probably should have bided my time to wait and see what he was doing. I was basically trying to cut him off before. I was thinking about a barrel roll, just in case he decided to turn in. But a barrel roll would not have... Yeah, see, he did a 1 hard turn here. Luckily, he landed on top of an asteroid, so he had to roll for damage, and he could not attack. He got a focus, so no damage, but no attack, no action. Saved my TIE Striker there. And we move again. Alright, now my shuttle is in a very good position right now. It has the ability to block. It moves first. So a 1 slight turn here, or 2 slight turn, or whatever it is, whatever green maneuver would turn, could get in there, clear stress. Yep, 1 slight turn. And if he goes forward, like I suspect he will, he'll bump, hit the asteroid, roll for damage, and not take an action, or be able to shoot again. Basically locking him into place. Unless he decides to make a turn or something. Now I did a 2 Segner's loop here. Took a stress. Probably should have passed that to Yor. But I didn't want to... Yeah, he just moved forward and bumped. I didn't want to pass this stress to Yor, because if he did bump, no damage. But if he rolled for damage and didn't get anything. But if I passed the stress token to Yor, he would not be able to perform a 0 maneuver on the next turn, because it's a red maneuver. So I kept the stress. Because if he did bump, I wanted to make sure that he could bump again, or it would have to bump again. Forcing him to do like a faster maneuver than he would have preferred. I don't think any damage was done there. I think it was TIE Striker versus IG, and there was nothing done. He couldn't shoot because he's on the asteroid. We thought this was going to be a pretty quick game after Houndstooth was destroyed, but again, his IG is all over the place. Alright, so he's doing... Well, first it's me. The shuttle went 0. Took a stress. And I took a focus, I think? With TIE Striker? There we go. So again, just trying to stay in blocking position with the Lambda. Limit his options. He probably knew I was going to do that. He flies over it. Decent positioning here. And this is where things get rather nasty. No bump, but we're both at range 1. So he's going to be rolling 4 dice against me, and I'm going to be rolling 5. That's assuming I survive. He's got the higher pilot skill. Well, he's got initiative. So if he does destroy me here... There's simultaneous fire, so we could blow each other up. It all depends. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, he didn't roll very well. He decided not to take that. He's using Mangler now. Again, it's IG's ability. He decides to turn hit into a crit. Uses the focus. I rolled a focus myself. Did I spend it? No, I took the damage. So it was a hit and a crit I took. And I got a major explosion, so I had to roll. Got a hit, got another crit. And that one was... I don't think it was important enough to show. Reduced my agility by 1 to 0, I think it was. Which, at this point, not really worried about it. Alright, so 5 hits after the target lock and focus. Good thing I kept it. So he took a couple of hits there. And now my TIE Striker shoots. Focus. And he's got a crit. Damage cockpit. Reduces his pilot skill to 0. So now he's got to move. He's got to move first. And shoot last. Decided to use the pilot card or the title card to give him a stress, limiting his options. He would have gotten he would have gotten it from Rebel Captive anyway, so it didn't really matter. I just forgot to give it to him when he first shot at me. I was intimidated by his 4 attack dice. But, yeah, Kylo Ren is 1 away from being destroyed, and there's asteroids all around, so I'm worried about that. IG's doing okay. Can't take many more hits, though. He's only got, I think, 3 more hits on him before he's out. Possibly. The Lambda, again, is a brick. Trying to get that thing around, again, is going to be difficult. It's going to take a few turns. The TIE Striker here is my only other option besides Kylo Ren. Alright, so he decides to run. Get out of arc. And Captain Yor. 1 slight turn, clears the stress, and that bumps into the TIE Striker, avoiding the asteroid, so I didn't roll for damage. And I was counting on that. I wasn't sure which way he was going to go, so I wanted my 1 shuttle to go one way and my other shuttle to go the other way. Just so that one of them was facing the IG. Okay, again, turning them around. They don't have K-turns. Alright, so setting myself up, cleared the stress. And I should be giving him a stress via the title in a minute here. If I remember to. Ah, TIE Striker. Yeah, good boy. 3 hits. And 3 evades, no damage. Gave him a stress from the title. He hates that card, by the way. He's like, we can't use that anymore, he says. He hated it. He hated that card. That title. He's definitely going to play Upsilon next time. That's what he tells me. Alright, so this is probably the moment of truth here. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to maneuver. He's either going to go left or right. I have to go left with Kylo Ren. And he decides to go 2. And I don't know why he did that. Because now he's on top of an asteroid, rolls for damage, takes a hit. And now he can't shoot or take an action. This is perfect opportunity now for Kylo Ren to swoop in and do his job with 4 attack dice. And again, I didn't know which way he was going to go, so I played it safe with my TIE Striker going that way. Kylo Ren making the turn here. It's a white maneuver, so no problem. And this is where it's time to push the limit. So I've already got the target lock from before, so I just took a focus. So I got 4 attack dice at range 2. Through an asteroid, closest base to closest base. So 4 hits. And all blanks. So he took 4 damage and he was out. So it was an excellent game. Oh, I love this list. I really did. Vinny did an excellent job. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see Bosk more, but I have a feeling we will be in future videos. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel and check out my official website, www.dadsgaming.addiction.com. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.